guys, good morning. Happy day after Thanksgiving. So glad to see you. Oh my gosh, is that Grace? Elizabeth. You're kind of tiny. I can't quite tell. Nice to see you guys. Welcome. My name's Elizabeth. I'm your instructor and you're in a Pilates inspired fitness class. And today is the day after Thanksgiving and it is Foam Roll Friday. So lots and lots to be thankful for. I'm always thankful for Foam Roll Friday. So let's grab our foam roller and super simple, guys. We'll just begin with a little warm up. So we'll pull those elbows back, arms forward, knee and tabletop, and continue. So this simple move will begin to warm up your body. And as always, I'd like to take this opportunity to request of you to keep your workout with me today pain-free. So that means comfortably uncomfortable is okay, but pain is not. So if you are feeling stabbing pain, shooting pain, joint pain, structural pain, anything like that, please stop what you're doing and do something different so those feelings go away. It's super important to me. I want you guys to feel better after class, not worse. So any modification at any time is a-okay. All right, notice if that heart rate is coming up. I can feel it for me and I can hear it in my voice. By the way, when you're in that mode of having the heart rate just a little bit elevated, so you can still talk in complete sentences, although it might be just a little bit taxing. You're in that really sweet spot of the fat burning zone. So that's kind of cool, especially after Thanksgiving. Yep, breathing for 3 and 2. And the next time you have a knee and tabletop pause. All right, guys, let's place our fingers on each end of the foam roller. And then imagine it's a steering wheel. So we're going to turn to the right and the left. Another way to say that maybe more accurately is let's begin to make sort of an H shape. Yep. And breathe. And then if you want a little more and it's safe for you, maybe begin to close one eye. Maybe close the other eye or pause for a millisecond when you blink. That's feeling pretty challenging for me today. Woo! And breathing for 3. Loving it. And 2. And 1. Pause. Let's put that foot down. Other knee and tabletop. And then we will continue with our figure 8. And breathe. Whoa, I'm all, I don't know about you, if you guys can see it, but my, me on my screen, it keeps glitching and it's showing me like a couple of seconds behind, which is really messing with my sense of proprioception, which is a fancy word in the fitness industry and Pilates, which means knowing where your body is in space. So it's quite interesting to see my camera lag and it's affecting my balance. But you guys look really solid. For 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. Let's place the foam roller over to the right side. Okay, and then just super simple. We'll come into a side body stretch. If you wish, you can take your elbow down to the foam roller if that feels nice for you. And just feel that really terrific supported stretch. And breathe for 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. And we'll take the foam roller in front of us, one hand on top, other hand on top. Take a few steps back and then reach those arms forward. Think about framing your ears with your biceps. Think about a straight line on your back. And then guys, let's bend one knee and the other knee and continue. Just feeling that terrific stretch. Oh, my back just popped twice. Feels so good. And breathe for 3 and 2. And 1, come to center, and then take a little step forward. Softness in the knees, roll up to standing position. Well done. Let's take that foam roller over to the other side. So bringing it over to the left, take that top arm up and over. Yeah, you guys look super graceful. And then if you wish, you can place your elbow onto that foam roller if that feels good for you. And breathe for 3 and 2 and 1 and come back to center. Okay, guys, let's take the foam roller. We're going to lie it long on the mat. And then we'll place it so our heels are on the very front end of the foam roller. Okay, reach those arms forward. Navel is tucked to the spine. Our heels are just straddling the front end of the foam roller, and we'll bend the knees. All right, knees bent, booty is back. Take a look down and make sure you can see your toenails. And then let's take the right arm, open it to the right, look to the right. And then that left knee probably is jutting forward. So let's pull it back just a little bit and then reach that booty back and breathe. And then take that right arm, reach it forward, left arm, reach it back behind, look to the left. And notice if that right knee is jutting forward. And then we'll reach both arms forward. And then right arm back, both arms forward and left arm back and continue. And breathe, feeling that spinal rotation, feeling that back body working. Begin to hover the toes in space. Breathing for 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to center, and then guys, let's place the hands onto the knees. Lower the toes, and then we'll look to one side, and we'll move our shoulders, and then switch, and continue. And just feel that movement. I'm not interested in keeping anything still, so just really feel that free movement for 2 and 1, and come to center and pause. And then guys, let's take a big step apart. So we'll place our feet on each side of the mat and externally rotate those toes. Okay, and then we'll bend that booty back in space, and then bend the knees, bringing the booty back in space. And then guys, keeping the hands on the knees, let's rotate our shoulders to one side. Doesn't matter which, press into the opposite knee, really feeling that spinal rotation. Come to center and switch. So I'm interested in spinal rotation, alternating from side to side, feeling a nice stretch in the shoulder area, the groin area, feeling work in the booty area. Whew, feels really good. For 3, keeping that booty back in space, and 2 and 1, and come to center. And then guys, place your hands onto the mat, and then bend those knees a lot. And then this is not graceful on my part. However you wish, let's come to a seated position on the front end of the foam roller. All right, and then from here, we'll reach the hips all the way forward on the foam roller. And then we'll lie back onto the foam roller. And make sure that your head is completely supported. That part is important. And your booty is also supported. So your torso, in other words, is completely supported. Begin to rock from side to side. And just enjoy this sensation. I imagine some of you were busy cooking yesterday. Or perhaps even the last couple of days. And at any rate, all that leaning forward. So just giving an opportunity to undo that, taking that massage, rolling from side to side, enjoying the good feelings. Whew. And you are breathing. Okay, guys, let's roll all the way over to the left side. So far to the left that if you were to roll much further, you'd fall off of the foam roller. And then just little rolls back and forth on that left side, focusing on that left side, targeting that left booty cheek, the left of the spine, getting a little bit of a a scalp massage in. Whoa, yeah, suddenly and notice how I feel like the muscles sometimes they move around a little bit as we're doing this, and sometimes it's almost like the outer layers release a little bit, allowing us to get into that inner layer, the deeper muscles, in other words. So you might notice that you don't feel much, and then suddenly you're really feeling a lot. That just happened to me. That's always interesting. Woo! Getting those deep muscles. All right, and then let's roll to the center and then roll all the way over to the right. And again, just little movements on that right side. Yeah, and just enjoy that and notice what you're feeling. I love cueing for you guys to notice what you're feeling. It's like a sense of mindfulness, just to be aware of that. Oh. Well, I'm noticing that I feel pretty darn good right now. Love this foam roller. All right, guys. Yep. And then we'll come back to center. And then from here, just line on the center. Let's open those arms to a T, palms facing up, and just find a sense of stillness. Allow those shoulders to melt down and around the foam roller. Encourage your body to relax and just allow your body to just melt over that foam roller. You might feel a sense of resistance to completely relaxing, and you can use your breath to help you with that. So as you exhale, think about sinking a little deeper over that foam roller, melting into that foam roller as you exhale, encouraging those muscles to release. Just enjoy that sensation. And notice if you're feeling a little stretch across the chest, the upper pectoral area. Yep, and just think about what your spine and your skeleton is doing right now as you're lying on the foam roller. So that spine is supported and those ribs are maybe expanding and relaxing down and around that foam roller. And you're releasing your muscles, allowing for that to happen. As you know, which is the opposite of that leaning forward posture. I got lost there for a minute thinking about my skeleton, and then I was thinking about the muscles, how the muscles in the chest are relaxing, stretching. Yeah, so lots of good stuff. Woo! Just enjoy that sensation for 3 and 2 and 1. And then guys, let's lace the fingertips behind the head. And notice those elbows will hover in space a little bit. And then again, use your breath to allow those elbows to become heavy, melting down and around the foam roller. By the way, the lower body can be however you want. I'm interested in the lower body being in a position that just makes you feel stable. So you can kick your legs out, you can have your knees bent. Yep, whatever feels nice for you. But I'm interested right now in that stretch in that shoulder area, fingertips laced behind the head, elbows melting down towards the mat. And begin to notice as we hang out here, if you're feeling a little bit of instability, maybe you feel really stable and then suddenly you feel just a little sense of instability. Kind of reminds me of like being on a boat over gentle swells, or being on a paddleboard over gentle swells where you feel really solid. And then you notice that there's like a little bit of movement underneath you, but you still feel solid. Kind of feeling that just hanging out still on the foam roller. All right, guys. And then let's open those arms to a T again. And fingernails are down. Let's straighten those arms this time. Energy coming through those arms. And we'll sweep those fingertips down towards the foam roller under the hips. And then sweep those fingertips wide to the side, open to a T, and do it again. So we're not making full snow angel movements. We're just coming from the T down to the hips under the on the mat, fingernails down. Notice how this movement feels in your shoulders. The next time those fingertips are under the hips, pause. Let's bring it all the way so the pinkies are touching the foam roller. It's okay for those elbows to bend if that's necessary for you. And then if you wish, with those pinkies touching, just begin to allow those shoulders to relax. Again, just feeling that really big stretch. Knuckles down, palms up, pinkies touching the foam roller. And if you think about it, this movement, or this position rather, is the exact opposite of that gorilla posture, hunched forward with those knuckles forward. And notice if you're feeling that stretch to a greater degree across the chest. I certainly am. Breathing. Yeah, just really enjoying this. I know it doesn't seem like we're doing much. I'm not having you do a lot of work here other than just tuning in and allowing. So we're not working, we're allowing. Although I guess we are kind of working at relaxing. Working at relaxing, what a thought. Yes, but anyways, I just want to point out that this is such a valuable use of time for that posture. And that posture, not only is it just posture, but also like we are taller with our correct posture. We look more confident, we look more svelte, and we feel better, like emotionally. Just standing tall lends to increased confidence. So lots of good stuff, even though we're just chilling out, lots of good stuff going on. All right, however, we are gonna switch this up and invite some movement. So let's open those arms to a T again, and then come onto the tippy toes. Knees bent, tippy toes, and then let's open those knees and close, open and close, and continue. Yep, so let's bring those feet together. It's going to increase the balance challenge where we have a less wide base from which we're operating from, creating more instability. And then guys, let's bend those elbows, reaching those arms into a goalpost situation. Elbows down, arms bent in sort of a 90-degree angle, but the elbows are down. All right, guys, and then the next time those knees are together, pause. Let's squeeze those knees together, squeeze those booty cheeks, lift those heels higher, just squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then let's hover the right elbow, put it down, hover the left elbow, put it down. Continue alternating from side to side. And then if that's safe, let's begin to increase the range of motion with those arms, reaching one arm up to the ceiling and then the other. And then maybe instead of touching the mat with those elbows as you come down, you can hover them. So again, increasing that balance challenge. What is going on with the lower body? Are you still super high on those tippy toes, squeezing those booty cheeks together, squeezing those knees together? If you are, there's a lot of activity going on in that lower body, lots of muscles that you are holding engaged in an isometric contraction. Notice if your balance is feeling easier as we continue with this range of motion. For 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, guys, let's keep those arms in goalposts, but lower those elbows down. Okay, then stay on the tippy toes, but release all that muscular engagement. And then let's bring one knee into tabletop. Doesn't matter which. Okay, then let's reach the opposite arm up to the ceiling. All right, so we've got opposite arm, opposite knee lifted. And then we'll reach that arm back to the wall behind you, kicking that leg long, hovering over the mat Bring that knee into tabletop, reach that arm up to the ceiling and do it again. All right, guys, so we are balancing on the tippy toes of the foot that is on the mat and the opposite elbow. Maybe begin to apply a little less pressure from your elbow into the mat, increasing that balance challenge. Woo! Yep, breathing still on that, on the tippy toes, although you can place that foot flat if you wish for a little more stability. Woo, for 2. And the next time that knee is in tabletop and that arm is up to the ceiling, pause, keep that knee in tabletop, and maybe think about reaching both arms up to the ceiling, one knee in tabletop, and the foot that is on the mat is, the heel is lifted. Maybe, or you can put that heel down for more stability. Yeah, just taking that balance challenge, which, by the way, if you're on a really soft foam roller, you will experience less of a balance challenge than if you're on a super hard foam roller. For 3 and 2 and 1, lower everything down, open those arms to a T, take a step apart with those feet, gently rock from side to side. And come back to center. All right, guys, let's come onto those tippy toes again. And then this time we will bring the other knee into tabletop. Bend those arms into that goalpost position again. And then let's reach the opposite arm up to the ceiling. Okay, and then kick that arm long behind, reaching that foot long. And then hand up to the ceiling, knee in tabletop, and do it again. And continue. You are breathing. So the only thing touching the mat right now are the tippy toes and the opposite elbow. Woo! Feeling a little unstable on this side. All right, guys, breathing for 3 and 2. And the next time that knee is in tabletop, pause. Okay, ready for that added balance challenge? Whoa, maybe begin to hover, hover the right, or hover your elbow, whichever elbow is on the mat. Maybe lift that arm up to the ceiling, taking that balance challenge. Whoa. By the way, I feel compelled to tell you that I am on a very hard and unstable foam roller. Yeah, whoa. And the reason I'm sharing that is I just want to offer an excuse as to why I'm having such a hard time with my balance. Okay. All right. And breathe. Woo. For 3 and 2 and 1. And let's lower everything down. Whoa. And gently rock from side to side again. For 2 and 1. Okay, I could hang out on this foam roller all day, but let's, there are other things to do. So let's gently roll to the side onto the mat, remove the foam roller from underneath you. And then guys, just keep those legs long. Let those feet flop open. Just take a completely resting position. And notice how your back feels after lying on that foam roller. Feels so good. I just feel like it's a terrific reset of the spine just to lie on that foam roller. Yeah, just enjoy that sensation. For 2 and 1. Okay, guys, then let's take the foam roller and reach it up to the ceiling with the fingertips on each side of the foam roller. Yep. And then we'll reach those arms back up overhead, down towards the mat behind you. If you were standing, you'd just be reaching those arms straight up to the ceiling, but we're lying down, so they're actually on the mat. And then reach those arms up to the ceiling and then down to the hips and do it again. Yeah, so we're just making a big movement with those arms, enjoying that sensation, that mobility in the shoulder area. breathing for 3 and 2. And the next time those arms are up towards the ceiling, pause. Keep your head down, guys. Let's bend the knees. Feet are flat. Lift the hips. And then take that foam roller and we're going to put it underneath the booty. So we're just going to, just put it under the hips and then rest the hips on the foam roller. So I want the foam roller just a little below the tailbone. Or you know what, actually I'll just cue it on the tailbone. So on the tailbone. Keeping the head flat, let's bring one knee into tabletop. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the other knee into tabletop. Place your hands on your abdomen and just press those fingertips into your midsection and notice if you can feel those muscles engaged. And then keep your hands there, kick one leg long, press your fingertips into your abdomen and notice how that feels under your fingertips. Maintain that pressure from your fingertips into your midsection. Draw that knee in and kick the other leg out and hold and notice if you felt a shift of muscular engagement in your midsection. And then let's bring that knee in and switch. Continue slowly alternating from side to side and get in touch with those muscles. What's going on? Kind of cool. As you kick a leg long, exhale. And as you kick the other leg long, exhale. Begin to exhale loudly like you are blowing out birthday candles and notice how those muscles under your fingertips engage to a greater degree. That's why your Pilates instructors always say, use your breath to help you. A lot of old classic Pilates exercises have the breathing built right into them. And the reason is because it's a terrific way to make sure those core muscles are engaged. Ooh, really good, guys. I know, super simple, but if you think about what's going on here, you can make this pretty complex, which is cool. All right, guys, the next time a leg is out, doesn't matter which one, pause. And then let's lower that leg and lift that leg up to the ceiling, lower down and lift and continue. Feeling the work and feeling the stretch, moving slowly through space. We get points here for intention and control as opposed to how many reps you can get in. And notice how you're feeling those abdominal muscles again work under the fingertips. So that's pretty cool. For 3 and 2. And the next time that leg is up to the ceiling, pause, bend that knee into tabletop. Good. And then let's kick the other leg out long. Good. And then we'll lower and lift up to the ceiling, lower and lift. Notice how you're feeling a terrific stretch on the back of the leg as you lift. And notice how you're feeling your quadriceps muscles working as you're lowering and lifting the leg. Can you even feel the back of the leg moving through space as you resist gravity as you lower that leg? That's kind of cool. Yeah, really nice. I'm really appreciating the slow, deliberate movements that I'm seeing on my screen. You guys are doing a great job. For 3, still feeling the core muscles engaged. And 2 and 1. Let's bring both knees in tabletop. And then, guys, just bring those knees in towards your chest, sort of in a relaxed position, feeling that stretch in the low back with the hips lifted, but resting on the foam roller. Just take a few breaths here. As you exhale, let those knees melt in towards your chest. Yeah, so just creating a nice stretch in that low back. And then, guys, let's bring those knees back into tabletop, recruit those core muscles again, fingertips on the foam roller, and drop both knees over to one side, doesn't matter which.
Notice if one of the shoulders popped up off the mat. If so, try to get it back down. Feeling that terrific stretch in the oblique area. Feels so good. And then come to center slowly, feeling the oblique muscles working to make this happen. And then guys, drop the knees over to the other side, keeping that opposite shoulder down. And again, just really enjoy that terrific stretch. And then come back to center slowly. And then we'll begin to just slowly alternate from side to side. Yeah, so this is, so we're feeling that twisty sensation in the midsection, particularly by keeping both shoulder blades down. Also, moving slowly, we're feeling those oblique muscles working to make this happen. Still engaging that core, which goes all the way around your spine, by the way, much like a corset. So think about cinching your corset with your muscular contractions. And then also, guys, notice how you're getting that really terrific massage in that derriere area. And enjoy for 3 and 2. And then the next time you're over to one side, doesn't matter which pause. Now let's just stay on that side. And then guys, draw the knees up towards the chest and away from you. So I'm interested really in a tiny movement, just moving those knees up and down a little bit. When I say up, I mean up towards the wall behind you, not up towards the ceiling. But basically what we're doing here, guys, is we're massaging that glute area just in a different way. And then if you wish, you can kind of circle those knees. Yeah, so just make this meaningful for you, whatever that looks like. Frequently, a cue can be, one can interpret it in different ways. And sometimes, even in the studio, I just allow for that to happen, just suspecting that that person's body needs that particular movement. So, yep, just move freely here, whatever that looks like for you, just massaging out the booty cheek on that one side. And then let's come to center, drop those knees over to the other side. And then again, just move those knees around or those legs around in such a way that feels good for you. However, I use the word good. If you have a really firm foam roller, it might actually hurt so good. Yeah, so obviously the firmer your foam roller, the more dense of a massage you'll feel. If I were to name my foam rollers, I think this one would be called Rolf. Kind of like I don't know, like a Eastern European, very, very strong massage person kneading out the muscles with the elbows, as opposed to a soft foam roller, which I might call Sophie, and she might give me a soft, light, airy, fairy massage. All right, guys, let's come back to center. Oh my gosh, feels so good. And then we'll lower those feet down and lift the hips. Take that foam roller and we will place it under the thighs. Lift the hips. We're still keeping the head down, guys. So we're lifting the hips, the foam rollers just under the base of the booty area, under the backs of the thighs, and wag those feet from side to side. Just take that free movement here. By the way, we want to avoid the backs of the knees. We do not want to roll out the backs of the knees. That's particularly true if anyone is pregnant. So just throwing that bit of information out there because it's important. All right, guys, and then pause and squeeze those booty cheeks a lot. Navel tucked to the spine, head is down. Just enjoy that sensation for 3 and 2 and 1, and then lower the booty down. Roll the foam roller down the thighs just a little bit. Again, avoiding the backs of the knees, so we don't want to roll it down quite that much. And then keeping the head down, let's hover the hips, wag those feet from side to side again. Oh, noticing if there's any clunk-clunks as you move over those hamstrings muscles. Wow, really feeling that quite a bit. I feel like I say this all the time, but I was a little sore yesterday from our session, our earlier sessions this week. This feels really good. Breathing. All right, and then lower it down just a little bit more. However, if that puts you back behind the knees, then just lift it back up a bit. In other words, change the point of contact, but avoid the back of the knees, lift the hips, wag the feet from side to side. For 2 and 1, and lower that booty down. All right, guys, then let's take that foam roller and kick it down so it's under the calf area. Calves resting on the foam roller, and then just wag those feet from side to side. Maybe that's all you want, and then you can pause and just roll it up or down a little bit and wag those toes from side to side. I'm actually going to stick with that version today, but if you want a little bit more, guys, keeping the head down, you can hover the hips. Yep, so whatever feels good for you, just giving those calves some love. And also, as we're doing all this work, guys, I'm purposefully not having you come up onto your hands or your elbows to roll forwards and backwards. And the reason being is I just really want to give those, I want to maintain sort of that correct posture with those shoulders down and around that foam roller that we experienced before. So imagine as we're doing this, that you've still got that foam roller under your spine, feeling the outer shoulders gently press into the mat. Wow, really feeling this quite a bit. Okay, we're going to switch gears in just a moment. So let's roll the roller towards you with your feet, and then place your feet on top of the foam roller. Okay, so feet are resting on the foam roller, and then just gently press your feet into the foam roller. Make sure it feels stable, and then, guys, keeping the head down, begin to lift those hips. So let's just lift those hips. We're not going to hang out here long. I want to work the inner thighs here, guys. So we're keeping the head down. Did I mention we're keeping the head down? Hips are lifted, and then I just want you to squeeze those knees together. Squeeze the booty cheeks together. Yep, big static hold, and just breathe and hold. Again, this is a posture correcting exercise because the hips are in front of the torso, as opposed to the torso being in front of the hips. And then, guys, adding on to that, let's bring the hands down under the hips, and we will pivot those palms facing up. Again, the exact opposite posture of that gorilla posture. Just squeeze those booty cheeks. Yep, notice how you're feeling. Different muscles pop awake the longer we hold this isometric contraction. And breathe for 3 and 2 and 1, and slowly lower that booty down. Take a step apart with those feet on each end of that foam roller, and drop both knees to the left. Open those arms to a T, look to the right, and just allow your body to relax into this stretch and enjoy. And come to center, drop those knees over to the right, look to the left, and enjoy this stretch. For 2 and 1. All right, guys, come back to center. Kick those legs long over the foam roller. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. And then I'm going to cue for a roll up. If that's not feeling great for you, you can come up to a seated position any way you'd like. Keeping the gaze between the fingertips, take a big inhale, and with an enormous exhale, roll up to a seated position. Good job. Hi, nice to see you guys. Okay, let's take that foam roller. We're going to put it behind us. And we'll place the hands on the other side of the foam roller, and then crab walk yourself so you are seated on the foam roller. All right, guys, I want the hands down behind you. That's important. Excuse me. Yeah, so hands are down behind you and then begin to roll forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. Yeah, just enjoying the good feelings. And then guys, let's take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee. And then if you wish, you can scoot over to the left side of your foam roller a little bit. And then we'll take this figure 4 situation that we've got with our lower body and we'll just drop it over to the right. And then roll forwards and backwards on the outer portion of that right booty cheek. Woo, and just enjoy that sensation. Yep, and you can kind of wriggle and rock to the right and to the left as you're rolling forwards and backwards. So you can rock, you can roll, but can you rock and roll? Yeah, just enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Woo. And then let's come to center, uncross, scoot the hips over to the right a little, cross the right ankle over the left knee, drop that over to the left, and just roll out that booty cheek. Just enjoy that sensation. Really enjoyed working with you guys this month and kind of thinking about the month of gratitude, November, the month of being thankful with Thanksgiving. So maybe think about something you're grateful for, something that you're thankful for that you appreciate in your life. Yeah. For 3 and 2 and 1. Good. All right, guys, let's uncross and then lower the booty down on the other side of the foam roller. And then let's pivot around and we're going to drape our thighs over the foam roller, coming into a forearm plank. So the rule here again, guys, is we want to avoid the knees. In that forearm plank, those feet are hovering in space. Begin to roll forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Massaging out those quadriceps. And notice if you come into your Pilates V, which by the way, if you're new to this, that means your feet are in such a position that they look like a slice of pizza with the heels touching and the toes apart. But notice how if you do that as you're rolling forwards and backwards over the foam roller, you target sort of that inner thigh area. And then let's pivot those feet parallel and then come into sort of a knock-knee pigeon-toed position. And notice how, again, you're targeting a slightly different area of the thigh muscles. And then just move freely, whatever feels good for you, rolling forwards and backwards. And then find a spot, guys, that's a little sensitive and hang out there. And then let's begin to bend and straighten those legs. Do it again. Woo. Yeah. And then the next time those knees are bent, pause and then flag those feet from side to side. And then as you're doing this, you can begin to roll forwards and backwards. And then just take a moment here and move freely, whatever feels nice for you. So there's lots of options. Oh, kicking equipment. And breathing. Oh man, you guys, today's session flew by. Got just about 5 more minutes here. Just enjoy that sensation for 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, guys, then let's put the toes down, kind of walk yourself back and put the knees down. All right, then let's come on to an all fours position with the hands on the foam roller. Kick your left leg out behind you, reach your right arm forward. And notice how with your hand on the foam roller, you're on an unstable surface. So this might feel a little bit, you might feel a balance challenge. And just hold and breathe. Yeah, looking good. This is so simple, but there's so much going on here. This is a terrific core strengthening exercise. You got balance going on. You got mindfulness going on because you're thinking about what your body is doing. For 2 and 1, and lower that down. Yep, good. And then kick the other leg out behind, or reach the other arm forward. And breathe and hold. Yep. Thinking about those things that we're thankful for, maybe. For 2 and 1, and then come back to center. All right, guys, let's separate those knees a lot. Scoot your body back a little bit, and then lower that booty down towards the heels, and then roll that roller away from you, allowing your head to come down towards the mat. Just feeling that terrific stretch. Energetically reach those fingertips towards the wall in front of you. Gently press your palms into the foam roller and just really enjoy that stretch. There's a lot of activity, so we're not relaxing into the stretch. Well, we are for the lower body, so allow the tush to melt to the heels. But with the upper body, let's create a lot of energy. Fingertips reaching forward, shoulders away from those ears. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then slowly roll that roller towards you, rolling up to an upright position. Good. Good job, guys. Okay, next, let's take the foam roller. We'll put it in front of us, place the hands on top of the foam roller, and come to a kneeling position. All right. And then, so we've got the foam roller. Let's place it under the hand so it's upright. And then lean back and lean forward and back and forward. Yeah, just feel that engagement in the thighs. You guys look really cool. This is kind of you guys. This is an unusual visual sensation. I'm not sure what you look like, but it's kind of cool, huh? All right, for 3 and 2 and 1. The next time you're back, stay back. Good. Let's take that foam roller, reach it up overhead. Hips are forward, body is back. We're increasing the length of our lever, so this is increasing the sensation of work. And then we'll come forward and back just a few times. Yep. For 3 and 2 and 1. Come to center. And then let's kick 1 foot forward, doesn't matter which. Tuck those rear toes behind you. Reach that foam roller in front of you. Take an inhale, exhale, come up to standing and reach those feet together. Nice job. All right, guys, we'll set the foam roller to the side. Yeah, man, this class flew by. And then let's swing those arms from side to side, taking lady in a park. Oh my gosh, my body feels so much better than it did before class. I hope your bodies feel better as well. For 2 and 1, come to center, and then reach those arms overhead, drop the shoulders, curl the fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. When you get to the bottom, nod your head. Heck yes, I feel amazing. Shake your head, no, no, no. And then softness in the knees. Head is heavy. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up. Bringing those shoulders up, back and down. Up, back and down. One more time. Up, back and down. And walk into your day and your weekend with your awesome posture. I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you for joining me. Always nice to see you guys.